It's the moment we've all been waiting for. Actually, it's probably not. Let's see, I got 24 questions. I should have 25. 25. Hey guys, it's your girl Pineapple Curls. If you're new, welcome, and if you're not, welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm doing it all about me tag. I hit 100 subscribers recently. Thank you all. Because I hit 100 subscribers, I'm gonna finally introduce myself to this channel because I just been doing stuff on here and y'all don't really know me for real, you know? So I have prepared 25 questions. Some are questions that are from Instagram. Follow my Instagram because sometimes I do little Q&As on there and that's where I get some questions from. And other questions I got from the internet, you know, all about me tag is a quick Google search away. So with that being said, I'm not even gonna ramble. You know, there's that big red subscribe button, there's the like button, there's a bell notification button if you want to get notified each time I post a new video. So now that I've told you about all those buttons at the bottom of the screen, I'm gonna let you do what you need to do or want to do with that information, and I'm gonna just wait till you get done. Let's get into it. I got all these questions right here. So question number 1, what is my full name? So my full name is Micayla Carter. I don't want to say my middle name, but last name Carter, first name nah. Question number 2, where am I from? I am from Belrose, Louisiana, but I'm not born or raised from there. The longest place I've lived is where I'm at now in Augusta, Georgia. But I don't claim Augusta because both of my parents are from Louisiana. And you know, Louisiana has a lot of culture, so that's what I've been raised off of all these years. My dad is military, so we've moved around like for majority of my life until he retired. And like since then, like that's all I've been raised off of: Louisiana culture, Louisiana food, all that. So I consider myself to be from Louisiana because I never really got into like stuff here in Georgia or anywhere else that I've lived. Like in this household, we from Louisiana. Louisiana has been the most consistent thing in my life since like moving around and everything, because even when we were moving around, we still drive down to Louisiana from wherever we were at and we visit my family because my entire family for the most part lives in Louisiana. So about like twice or 3 times a year, we always go down there to just see family, eat good food, all that. I've always gone to Louisiana since I was born, literally. So I consider myself to be from Belrose, Louisiana because that is where my grandma lives and that is who I spend the most time with when I'm down there. Which brings me to my 3rd question, where was I born? I was born in Stuttgart or like Lindenberg something in Germany. So I don't really know how to say it, but I was born in Germany, to put it simple. No, I don't consider myself German, for all you cringy, corny people with the jokes out there. I only lived there for a year after I was born and then we moved to somewhere else. I don't even remember anything about it. Question number 4, do I have any siblings? Yes, I do. I have 2 older brothers. One of them lives in Texas, one of them lives in North Carolina, and they're way older than me. One is about to turn 29 in September, and the other one is about to turn 28 like a few days before him. The younger one's birthday comes before the oldest one, but he's younger than the... You get what I'm saying, right? How tall am I? I am 5'3". Not 5'3". Not me lying on the camera. I'm 5'2". Am I near or farsighted? I am nearsighted. I'm not that blind, but when it does get farther away, it gets a little blurry. Favorite celebrity / musician? I low-key don't have one. I have a lot of celebrities that, like, you know, I admire, but I don't have a favorite. It just like I don't hold them up to a higher standard. Like, they're just people. But I say the ones that like I'm like, yeah, she doing her thing. It's probably like Ari Lennox, SZA. Musician wise, I love J. Cole, I love Kendrick, I love Drake. That's kind of all I can think of. Like Ari Lennox is standing out to me the most right now. If you were to ask me that like every day, it would probably change. Cause like I don't know. I don't really have a fave. I just have a bunch that I'm like, yes. You know? And what is my favorite food? My favorite food is shrimp and chicken. Chicken and shrimp Alfredo. Or just like, I love pasta. I love pasta in general. But my favorite pasta of all pastas is chicken and shrimp Alfredo. And my favorite drink is water. My favorite soda is Fanta Orange. Also, I love apple juice. Apple juice is better than orange. Just argue with your mama, not me. But yeah. Next question. What is my favorite sport? My favorite sport is basketball. I used to play basketball. I used to play AAU actually. I played AAU ball. Well, no, let me get a whole rundown. I started playing recreation basketball in 4th grade. And then when I hit, I think 6th grade, I started playing AAU and recreation up until like I hit 10th grade, and then I got injured. I got my knee messed up, and I just stopped after that because there was a whole bunch of stuff with the AAU team I was on. So that team ended around the same time that I was like recovering. So I never got back into it after that. Next up is probably track, because I did track too for 2 years. That's another story in itself. But yeah, I say those are my 2 favorite sports. But honestly, just love sports in general. Like, I be watching tennis, I be watching baseball, I be watching gymnastics. Gymnastics is so underrated, y'all. Like, it is not fair. Like, gymnastics needs more credit, and we need more Black people in gymnastics. But let me not go on into that. Like, that's another story. That's another topic for another day, honestly. Oh, and swim. I love swimming, but I never got into swimming because I'm Black. The hair and the chlorine, it don't, no. Am I high maintenance? No, I'm not high maintenance. In terms of like getting my nails done, getting my hair done, material items, material worldly stuff like that, no, I'm not high maintenance at all, because I do my own hair. I don't get my nails done. They're always cut short because I play piano. I don't get my toes done because I'm always wearing sneakers. I buy my own clothes, and that's not even that often. Anything else, I literally just do it myself instead of have somebody else do it, because that's just what I did. That's just what I do. But in terms of like quality time and just like spending time with people, I would say yeah, because that's just how I enjoy people. I like spending time with them and just being in their presence. Like, we don't have to talk, but I at least just want to be near you, you know? And I think that might be a little high maintenance to some people, but not to me. I mean, am I more likely to avoid conflict or face it? I'm gonna say a solid both. Sometimes I'm like all bold and like I don't care. Like, I'm gonna get out, I'm gonna say what I need to say, and you gonna listen to me. And other times I'm like, It really depends. It really depends on the day, the time, the mood I'm in. Am I introverted or extroverted? I'm introverted. Very much so introverted. Like, don't call me because I'm probably not going to answer. My phone be on do not disturb. When I'm spending time with people, I usually don't talk that much. Like, I'm naturally a quiet person. And I know that's kind of contradictory because I got a whole YouTube channel that I talk on. But, like, in person, I don't really talk. I'm really quiet. Like, I may be enjoying myself and everything, but I just won't say much just because I'm quiet. I be in my own head, living, having the time of my life in my thoughts, honestly. What is my most embarrassing moment? I haven't really had embarrassing moments. I mean, it's been like little stuff. I guess my most embarrassing moment is probably like, I think I was in kindergarten or 1st grade, and I had accidentally like hit one of my friends in the face. Doing what? Can't tell you that. But I hit her in the face, and she starts crying, and the teachers come and they're like, what's wrong with it? And she tells them that I hit them, which I did. And okay, so they take her away because like she needs like ice or something, like she crying and stuff. And when they take her away, like I think about a minute later, I just start bawling. Like I just start boo-hoo crying because I felt so bad. And like that was embarrassing because like why am I crying? I wasn't the one that got hit in the face. Like it was sincerely an accident and I was still crying. Am I a morning person or a night owl? I'd say naturally I'm a night owl, but I don't allow myself to be a night owl because see, I know this whole thing about circadian rhythm and having to go to bed like on time, and on time being like, you know, like 10, 11, and then waking up when the sun rises. Because when you go to bed at like 4 a.m. and then you wake up at 2, 3 p.m., you are all the way thrown off. Like just having your sleep schedule off like that is just not good for your body. And because I know that, I try to go to sleep around like midnight at the latest, midnight to 1 a.m. at the latest. Because when I do stay up and be the night owl that I am, I usually wake up in the afternoon, dazed, disoriented, can't function. Like, and I can't do that. I am a morning person because I have created a habit out of going to bed at a decent time and waking up at a decent time. But naturally, if I could, I'd probably stay up till like 4 a.m., 5 a.m., all-nighters, but I really try not to. I really do. What made me decide to do what I do? I don't really know what this question means. Like, is it talking about YouTube or is it talking about like what do I do? What is do? I'm gonna just assume it's talking about YouTube. I got into YouTube just because, you know, it was quarantine. Everybody was inside and we couldn't go anywhere because every place was like closed or just like there was nothing to do. So I would get like super bored. And I was like on the verge of starting a YouTube channel anyway, but I was only planning on doing it like when I started college or like sophomore year or late freshman year. Like I wasn't planning on starting that soon, but I did it because I was just that bored. Like I needed something to do. So I just went ahead and started editing, started the channel, started all of that while we were still in quarantine and I had time to just like push out videos. So hopefully I answered that question right, because I wasn't sure exactly what do what I do meant. Let me know in the comments if I actually answered that question. Where did my YouTube name come from? A little while after I went natural, I was still in high school, like just getting into high school, like 9th grade, 10th grade, and my hair started getting longer. And when I first went natural, I would just stick my hair in puffs, and that was the only thing I did, bro. Like I would slap gel on all sides of my hair and brush it and put it in a puff, and that was all she wrote. That was the only hairstyle I knew how to do. It was like that for a fat minute, like at least 2 years. So one of my friends in high school started calling me a pineapple because there was this meme going around. I'll try to find it and like insert it somewhere. Basically saying I love women that have their hair in a giant puff, fine as pineapple, a pineapple. So that's why my friends started calling me that. And then it just like caught on and like everyone around me started calling me that. I had made a new Instagram page because I was in the process of like planning on doing YouTube. So I made a new Instagram and I just made the name Pineapple Curls. I wanted it to be like the Pineapple or like Ms. Pineapple, but those are taken. Report those accounts for me, please. JK, kinda. But yeah, that's how Pineapple Curls came about, because pineapple was a nickname, curls just because the Instagram users were taken, so I just stuck curls on the end of it. What is something I'm gifted at? Anything I put my mind to, and that's on what? I say I'm gifted at music, hence why I'm minor in piano and I've been playing it all these years. But if I really wanted to, I could pick up any instrument that I want to, because I have an ear for music. And yeah, I have an ear for music. I always have. I can sing, I can dance, I can play instruments, like anything music related, I can probably do. And one day I might actually like get into making beats. I don't want to just say I'm gifted at music. Like in general, I'm just a very athletic person. I don't play any sports now, but I do work out in terms of like sports. I'm very fast. I have a lot of power behind my speed. What's something that most people don't know about me? I'm pretty much an open book. I don't really hold anything back besides like my private life, but I tried getting into playing the guitar the same time I started getting into piano, but I stopped playing guitar because it was just hard for me to play. Like, that's a hard instrument to play, especially when my hands are this small. Like, my hands are not big at all. It's just my fingers are long, so that works with piano. But with guitar, you gotta have some big hands, bro. You gotta have some big hands, and I don't. So I think that's something most people don't know about me until now. But I don't really talk about it just because I barely picked up that guitar. Actually sitting in the attic. That's why I'm looking past the camera, because it's literally in the attic right now. What is my zodiac sign? I'm a Pisces. My sun sign is Pisces, my moon sign is Taurus, and my rising sign is Gemini. Technically, I'm on the cusp, so I'm really like Pisces, Aries, but I identify most with Pisces, even though sometimes you may see that Aries jump out from time to time. I can be a pretty intense person sometimes, and my energy can be very like, you know, but for the most part, I am most definitely a Pisces. Most definitely. How long did it take to grow my hair out? I went natural before I started 8th grade. So 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th. Freshman year. So I've been natural for, is that right? Almost 6 years. Yeah, I've been natural for 6 years. So that's how long it's taken to grow my hair out. Now, I have caught heat damage a couple times. In fact, I got heat damage right now. But whenever I catch heat damage, I usually just snip off the ends that are like longer than the rest of my hair, and it grows back normally, and I usually just grow out of it. So I've never like cut my hair, like cut it. I've only like trimmed it. So it may have like interfered with my growth, but for the most part, it's been growing since I went natural, and that has been almost 6 years. And continuing. Have I always loved my hair, or did I have to grow into loving it? I'd say I never really disliked it, but when I first went natural, I was kind of influenced by like the natural hair movement that was taking place, with seeing all the girls with natural hair on Instagram, and it was usually like light-skinned people with like coily hair or wavy hair. And obviously y'all can see I do not have wavy or coily hair. My hair is zigzags, and it's thick and rough. So I didn't dislike it at first, but it was low-key like a shock kind of, because the visual I was seeing was not matching up with what I actually got. And that wasn't a bad thing for me, but it took me a minute to get adjusted to it, because when I first started, I did not know what I was doing. Like, I would see the people on Instagram just running products through their hair, and I'm like, oh, so I just take a glob of it and just do that, and then I'm good. Like, no. The knowledge that I have now was just not there when I first went natural. So there was that too. And my hair was way shorter. I cut it shorter than the length of my hair that it was when I was relaxed. And yeah, it was like, it was past my shoulders, and that's still kind of long, but it was short for myself, because I've always had long hair since I was little. But I never disliked my hair. Like, it just took me a while to get used to. And now I love my hair, because I know what I'm doing and I know what to expect. See, when I first went natural, I did not know what to expect, or at least what I expected wasn't what it actually was, and I didn't know what I was doing. When I started getting into like how to actually do my hair correctly, I started getting more compliments. I would start getting questions like, how did you do this to your hair and stuff? So that over time, my confidence got boosted. and now I love my hair. But don't get it twisted. If my hair acts out, I'm not afraid to cut this off at all. What college do I go to and why? So actually, I have a whole college Q&A that I like literally just uploaded, and I answered that question in that video, so I suggest you go watch that video. But I will answer the question. I go to LSU. I'm about to be a sophomore, and I chose this college because it was best for my circumstances. So it met all those requirements of me and my parents, all our standards, because it wasn't just my decision, honestly. But it met all our standards, so that is why I go there now. But if you want like an in-depth answer, then I would watch the Q&A that I just uploaded. And yeah, it was easy and difficult adjusting to college after being in middle/high school for 7 years. Y'all don't know, I went to a magnet school from 6th through 12th grade because the school that I went to like included middle school and high school together. So that in itself was a shock because I was literally going to school with seniors in 6th grade. What's been easy is the workload in college, because I'd say the work in high school that I had to do was like even harder than the work I've had to do in college so far. Not like, to keep it a buck with y'all, like I have not had any difficulties in college whatsoever. And that might be because I've been doing some stuff that I've already learned in high school, like math and stuff. But for the most part, this work in college has been easy. It's just the workload that you gotta like watch out for. But in high school and middle school, it was difficult and the workload was heavy. So I say that's been an easy thing. I found it a lot easier to talk to my teachers in high school and middle school than I do now in college. Because in college, now that I'm in college, it's like, what do I need to talk to them for? I don't need them for anything so far. And I know that's a bad mindset to have, but that's currently like the situation I'm in. Like, I really don't have a reason to talk to them. Whereas in high school, I would just like, talk to them in class, because, like I would get my work done and then I would just start talking to my favorite teachers or something, especially when I was like in senior year of high school and stuff. So that's been difficult. What's also been difficult is finding new friends in college, especially in a Perry the Platypus, because everybody inside, everybody gotta wear masks, everybody doesn't have in-person classes, so it's kind of hard to meet people in a panini press. It was a lot easier to make friends when I first got to my high school in 6th grade, because I met all my besties in 7th grade. Like, we still friends to this day, since I haven't had to make new friends since 7th grade. And it's kind of been difficult to make friends now. All of us are caught up in a printer. Another easy thing for me, just like the independence of it all, because in high school and middle school, I still live with my parents, so I can do whatever I want to do. But now that I'm in college, I have a lot more freedom to do what I want. And I'm a very independent person in general, like even before I got to college. So it was just calling my name. Like, now I can just do what I was planning to do anyway. So I'd say that's an easy thing since I graduated and moved on to LSU. What is something weird about me? I'd say something weird about me is my allergies, because I'm allergic to, I'd say, like the weirdest things ever. Like, I'm allergic to chocolate, and my mom said when she was pregnant with me, she would eat a whole lot of chocolate. And since I have been little, I have been allergic to chocolate. So I'm gonna just leave that there. And also, my mom is allergic to lip gloss, and she passed that on to me. So anytime I put on lip gloss and I either have it on for too long or I wear it consistently, like if I wear lip gloss, my lips will like burn. Like, it will create like sores on my lips. Yeah, once it starts like having that allergic reaction, I literally cannot put anything on my lips until they're like, it just stops being irritated. And that takes like a week. When I eat chocolate, it creates dandruff on my scalp, and that is just not good for my hair. And it also breaks my face out. So A couple weeks ago, I had a bunch of acne like right here because I was eating a lot of chocolate. So this part right here in my face just like completely broke out, and it's still clearing up. And this side has actually been pretty decent. I had to stretch my hair with the blow dryer and just like to get all like the flakes out of my hair, because some of it was the product and the other like half was like dandruff from my scalp. My last question is, what is my biggest accomplishment / regrets? I'd say my biggest accomplishment is graduating in the midst of all this, you know, this personality disorder. Class of 2020, you know, the pandemic hit like in the second half of our senior year. And for most people, the second half of the senior year, like the second semester, is when all the senior events happen, like towards the end of the year. So we didn't get any of that. I think the one thing we got was senior breakfast in August, and that was it. We did shows, we did concerts, but we had no idea that that was gonna be like our last. Like the last thing we did for my school was West Side Story, the musical, and we did that, and we had no idea like that was gonna be our like last thing to do together. Like, cause right after that we got sent home. Doing that and not realizing, not having the mindset that that was gonna be our last time like seeing each other like in the halls, like it's different. And we didn't get, you know, senior showcase, the senior concerts, stuff like that, honors day, prom. We didn't get prom, and we didn't get any of that that's supposed to take place at the end of the year. Graduation kept getting pushed back, and then like I think like not even a week, like a couple days before we were supposed to have graduation in arena, the board switched up and said, yeah, we're not doing it in the arena, y'all gonna have to figure it out. And we ended up having a drive-through graduation, which is still good, but we had gotten our hopes let down time and time again. Like, it would have been different if we had expected a drive-through graduation from the beginning, but it was the fact that we were told this, and it was like, okay, cool. And then we get closer to that date, and then they will push the date back and be like, okay, we're not doing this. And then they change something about it. And it's like, okay, kind of excited for the first. And then when you get to that date, they push the date back again. And then they change it to just a drive-through graduation. And it was like less than a week before our graduation took place. They changed it. And that is just disappointing. Like, we got our feelings let down over and over. It's a huge accomplishment to graduate in a pandemic. And we didn't get to see each other because of CDC guidelines. You can't have big gatherings, all that stuff. So I couldn't even see my friends or anything like that. And I couldn't watch my friends graduate. It was just me that I could see. Because like once you got your diploma, that was it. Like, you would walk up and they would call out your accomplishments and stuff. They'd hand you the diploma, you get back in your car, and that was it. You couldn't see anybody else. You couldn't stay there. And that was just heartbreaking. It was heartbreaking. Like, not being able to see your friends that you've been friends with since 7th grade walk the stage. Like, it's just a huge letdown. So I'd say that's a big accomplishment. Just graduating in the midst of all that disappointment. I don't have regrets, honestly. I really don't. I'm just like, okay, I did that, accept what I did, move on. That's usually how I do things. So I don't really regret anything. If I do, I can't think of anything right now because, yeah, I really don't regret anything unless it's like something like I ate too much cheese and now I'm going to the bathroom. But for the most part, I don't regret anything big. So, but that is all for this All About Me tag. I really hope y'all enjoy getting to know me for the first time on YouTube. Continue to get to know me. Just continue watching my videos and just watch me unfold. Because I really do have layers. Like, this isn't even enough. You'll just learn more about me by just watching me talk. And as time goes on, I will just open up more. I'm not gonna force you to like or subscribe or anything like that, but just know that liking, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff is just supporting your girl. So it's just a matter of if you want to support your girl or not. But if you don't, that's cool. That's cool. I'm not gonna put that on you, but just know, just have that in your mind, you know, have that in your head. Whenever you subscribe, whenever you like, turn those bell notifications on, watch the video all the way through, that is just supporting me. And just know I'm thankful for that. Yeah, if you have any questions, compliments, concerns, anything like that, just leave it below in the comments and I'll get to it. That is all. Make sure you follow me on all my social medias, all that good stuff. And remember to never stop growing. And I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.